Hi guys, welcome back. It's Tommy, this time with a Starcraft 2 replay cast. As you can see, after many Broodwar replay casts, I have decided to host a couple of Starcraft 2 replays, and quite an interesting game we have here in between the two pro players. A nice international gameplay in between Korea and Finland, as we have spawning here in the upper left part. In the red it is BYUN and his opponent, who is spawning here in the lower right. In the blue it is SERRAL, the world champion, playing as the Zerg. So yeah, quite an interesting game we have here indeed. A very long replay, as you can see from the timer, as we're spawning on Curious Minds. So yeah, let's just see exactly what the two players have prepared for us, what exactly their build orders are going to be, as very soon we will be checking that out. As we actually see now SERRAL opening up pretty standard here, just like any Zerg, going straight for his fast expansion build order. So no spawning pool, no gas yet for him. And BYUN also blocking here the ramp with a supply depot and his barracks and his gas. So we might see him go for some Reapers just to harass SERRAL a little bit. So yeah, the pretty standard build order here for both players, as we are continuing to see what exactly is going to happen here. Of course, SERRAL transitioning now into his spawning pool and gas. Another expansion would have been very risky for him. Needs, of course, a couple of Zerglings to defend the first expansion, some Queens, or perhaps some Zerglings to also harass the mineral line from BYUN if he's lucky. So let's see, BYUN also going for his fast expansion. So he did not scout SERRAL yet, he went straight for the expansion, expecting of course SERRAL to go for his first expansion as well. So both players looking like they're orientating towards a very macro game, a very late game, and this is going to be the case. As you can see from the timer, it's around the 26-minute mark of a replay. Quite an interesting one here in between the two pros. And yeah, let's have a look now. BYUN transitioning into a factory. He will very likely continue with a starport. He will very likely add some medivacs to harass the mineral line from the Zerg, just like many Terrans do. And yeah, SERRAL now just preparing his defenses with some Queens. He noticed that no Reaper has headed towards his way, so this one overload right here is going to be very important for him, as he's also sending out a Zergling to have a little bit of more map awareness. And BYUN actually going straight into some Marines. He might even try to prepare a bunker here in the front just to secure the ramp. So let's see. And SERRAL also took his second expansion there, so at around the 2-minute and 20-second mark the second expansion has been taken, and first blood has also been drawn here by BYUN. Took out the Zerg, as he's also patrolling the map, so he might also try to secure his second expansion. He still did not scout the enemy base here from SERRAL. Interesting Marine, so this could be a attack. He's not allowing SERRAL to gain any more map awareness from the main, from the Terran. So let's see what he's going for. Swapping here the factory with the starport, so he might go into double medivacs very soon, as he's already moving out with some Marines. 6 Marines are moving out, heading straight towards the first expansion, and they will kill another overlord here. So quite aggressive move out here by BYUN, looking like he wants to finish the game very early on, as he's also taking out the first Queen act there. And it's actually 8 Marines already against so many Queens. 2 Queens, but more will come of course from SERRAL. So let's see. We see of course the production tab, some roaches are being produced. We also see the cloaking device for the Banshees, but I believe this was a fake move out by BYUN, as he's now retreating back. Let's see if he has enough defenses here at home, but no, actually SERRAL could just walk by here with some Zerglings. But some Marines are actually here in the back to secure the main from the Terran, and he's also going for his second expansion. So quite an interesting gameplay here by BYUN, regrouping now his units, taking out a couple of Zerglings. Very nicely done by him. One overlord has also been snapped, so pretty good and aggressive gameplay here by BYUN, as the overlord is now going to scout of course the main from the Terran. He really wants to know what exactly is going on, and he sees now of course the starport with the tech lab, so he knows that a Banshee is going to be tested out very soon, and he might even get vision towards the factory right here. So yeah, pretty nice stuff here by BYUN. As is now, it looks like he's transitioning into some more barracks, so more bio is going to continue for him. I believe he's just going to leave the tank behind, but hold on, we actually have 2 drones have been killed. I believe 1 Banshee is indeed attacking here the economy from SERRAL, so quite a nice move out by him with this 1 Banshee. Not that much energy is being left, but still 2 kills. Nice job by him. As he's once again moving out with quite a large force of Marines. So first nice blood getting drawn here by BYUN. As he's now moving back, I believe the Banshees are of course also a great counter towards the roaches in case there will be roaches here by SERRAL. Let's have a look at the main from SERRAL. Going into that tier 2, he might transition into some Mutalisk, some Lurkers would also be a possibility for him, as he's of course securing the expansion with some Queens, and he's now going to some Ravagers, so he might push out very soon. He might try to punish the second expansion here from BYUN. Let's see if this is indeed going to be his tactic. Banshees once again moving forward, but there is a Spore here, there are some Queens. So SERRAL should be fine. However, 2 Banshees can one-shot a drone, so they will take some damage, but they will also once again kill 2 drones, and they might even kill a Queen right here. So very nice move out by BYUN, and is killing more and more of the units from SERRAL. Yet another Queen has fallen, so the Banshee is looking like to be very strong counter towards the Zerg. We actually saw Maru go for mass Banshees against the Zerg, and it worked out very well, especially in the early game. So Banshees seems to be a great counter towards the Zerg in the early game, towards the economy. Sniping so many units, you can see 2 kills here and 7 kills onto this one as well. So very nice stuff here by BYUN. As with those attacks, he is of course forcing SERRAL to stay a little bit back, and he can secure now his expansion right here. So nice stuff by him. As we are closing towards the 10-minute mark, a very interesting game indeed. We have SERRAL taking some casualties, but if you look at the worker count, he's already at 66 versus however 61 from BYUN. So also very strong SCV count here by BYUN, as he's pushing out with Stim Marines. And let's see what exactly can he do. He needs of course to not enter the fire from the Ravagers. Let's see if SERRAL is going to counter this attack very soon with some Zerglings into this location right here. Zerglings with Banelings could do quite some damage into this location. And the creep thread looks also pretty well for SERRAL, as he's slowly but steadily closing towards the ramp here, towards the attack point. So both players pretty much respecting each other, not doing a main attack, not doing a all-in. They just try to attack the economy first on, as we see SERRAL now take the upper right part from the map. Let's check once again BYUN into the main. He has only 1 factory and 5 barracks, so it's going to be a mass bio push very soon here by BYUN, with a couple of tanks, and some medivacs are of course much needed for him as well. Currently at 3 medivacs. Roaches with Ravagers for SERRAL, but I believe he's going to also transition into some Lurkers very soon. And we actually have Infestors, so Infestors with Fungal Growth could of course be a great counter towards all of the bio here from BYUN, as BYUN seems to be wanting to push first towards the newly established bases here from the Zerg, perhaps into this location right here, or into this upper right part right here. Let's see this choke point actually working in favor for the Terran, as the tanks will deal of course massive amounts of splash damage towards the Zerg army. So SERRAL closing in to be maxed out. He might also try to move out very soon. He might also take some Vipers with him, spreading that creep. BYUN now waiting, spreading his tanks, and it's just mass roaches with Ravagers. I don't see any Banelings, I don't see any Zerglings for him, as both players having a very strong economy. BYUN now catching up on worker count. He's at 70 versus 72, so a very healthy economy here for him, as he's still playing very defensively, preparing another expansion. We do actually see a drop happening here into this location, so this can be very deadly against SERRAL. SERRAL caught a little bit of guard here. His economy is going to suffer quite a lot, as the first workers have fallen. The Spore will fall here as well, and the medivacs can of course heal the Marines. And actually BYUN with a quite surprised attack move here. SERRAL being caught off guard, is actually abandoning this expansion right here. So first major attack working out here for BYUN. What a great move here by him, catching SERRAL had of course the control of the middle of the map, but the upper right part pretty much abandoned here by the Finnish player. So first great move here by BYUN at around the 10-minute mark, snapping the hatchery, snapping some workers, and other workers are pretty much on idle here. Even the Hydralisks have been caught up by the Marines. So great stuff by BYUN with a small group of Marines. Actually, I also believe that SERRAL was pretty much busy microing his units here, and now the damage has been done. The economy from SERRAL suffering. He has to rebuild up there, but there's still those two medivacs with the Marines, and slowly but steadily BYUN is pushing here forward towards SERRAL. So SERRAL with some mistakes here, costing him some units. Even the Infestor has been snapped. Perhaps SERRAL not feeling very well as he's losing unit after unit, and BYUN slowly but steadily moving here forward, dealing more and more damage, but he has to of course evade those vials. However, the tanks will take the damage, as now BYUN looks like he's pretty much going to commit here forward against the lurkers. Splash damage is being taken, a great fungal here by SERRAL, as more and more damage is being taken here by BYUN, but still he's teaming up, he's holding his position as he's moving now forward, and also as he's spreading his units, and the second hatchery is about to fall here. So BYUN with a great move. Once again, he also took some damage, but at the same time he also dealt great economic damage once again. I believe now SERRAL should be able to force to clear this, so BYUN has to retreat. Still the damage has been done. Two hatcheries have been snapped, this one is being rebuilt. But yeah, SERRAL with a great early game, and at the same time he's also securing his other expansion point here into this location. Now SERRAL reacting, great vials, great fungals here against BYUN, so BYUN getting some damage here as he's now trying to kite back and forward, but still SERRAL now finally with a great move out, pushing BYUN back, and with that he should be able to secure once again his expansion into this location. So quite a nice back and forward gameplay here in between the two pros. SERRAL still on roaches with Ravagers. I still don't see any Banelings, I still don't see any Zerglings. Zerglings would have been great with some speed, as the position has been changed here. BYUN attacking into the upper right part, but those four tanks in the back quite deadly. They could deal great damage towards the masses from SERRAL, as SERRAL tries of course to split his units a little bit. Lurkers are behind, and now BYUN being able to close towards being maxed out. We can also see the upgrades here for BYUN, and yeah, the push is slowly but steadily moving forward. However, SERRAL seems to be preparing a surprise attack versus BYUN, so perhaps once again SERRAL is going to abandon this location right here, but at the same time his great force is now moving forward towards a quite undefended base, just one tank and a planetary fortress, and in comes the attack virus against the ACVs and against the tank, so quite some damage is going to be taken by all of them, as 5 SCVs have already fallen. However, in comes BYUN with his forces, but still SERRAL has so many roaches and Ravagers here, even the SCVs have to be pulled, and in the end this might get cleared. However, the economy from BYUN suffering major damage here. 25 SCVs have been killed, so sadly for BYUN, he didn't defend that planetary fortress quite well. There was no bunker, there were not that many tanks here. However, BYUN now reacting with a counter attack. However, a great fungal here by SERRAL, as BYUN has to pull out of this one, and after all the damage has been done, both players pretty much at the same supply and same worker amount, so still strong move here by SERRAL with that group of Ravagers and Roaches. However, now he has been able to snap the base from SERRAL, and at the same time some Zerglings will be snapped here as well. We have a small transition into some Zerglings. It could be Zerglings with Banelings, might even be more Lurkers. Let's see what the first attack is going to be doing here, as the first shots are of course fired against the Zerglings. And yeah, let's see who is going to be once again attacking. BYUN is going to remake his command center right there, and we actually see the first goal. So EMP Shockwave is going to be against the Infestors, and some sniping going on against the Lurkers. So the Ghost into the late game, quite a strong force to have. And SERRAL tries once again, but this time the defenses look much greater. So you can see the difference here, only one tank against 3 tanks with a couple of infantry. Great hold here indeed for BYUN as he's securing this expansion right here. Shields have also been done for the Marines, and yeah, BYUN also taking great control into this location. He might be preparing another attack here, but so many Lurkers and Vipers here to defend against this, so quite nice stuff here by SERRAL, but SERRAL lacking into some supply, so his economy has suffered quite some damage there. 62 workers only for him out of the 72, as he's trying to deal some damage, but the lurkers of course very slow with boring. However, we do have blinding clouds, and all of those tanks will fall, as in the end so many roaches and hydras now are sniping the units from beyond. So finally SERRAL is being able to clear this out. Still he needs the expansion right here. He's trying to rebuild into this location, so nice transition by him from the upper right part, which was pretty much exposed. He went down here, as we see another attack will be happening very soon, but let's see where. I believe SERRAL will, BYUN will know very soon with some scans. You actually see the ghosts moving now forward, just sniping lurker after lurker. Quite nice stuff, but a fungal could of course work here very well against the forces from BYUN, but still BYUN all of a sudden having so much more of an infantry, of an army against his opponent, and he actually lacks some SCV, so I believe he even might have suicided some SCV. SERRAL reacting now with a Night Swarm into the main from BYUN, but he still has some units here to clear this out. At the same time BYUN moving forward into the expansion point from SERRAL, the newly established base here. However, SERRAL now on the defense with the lurkers. Yeah, let's have a look what is going to happen very soon. BYUN on the high ground, in control with those tanks on the high ground, with the infantry in the front. Is even building some missile turrets here, perhaps fearing some air units from the Zerg. At the same time, of course, the missile turrets will give vision against the lurkers on the ground, so let's see what's going to happen here. BYUN in a very great position, even blocking the entrance here, and the tanks are in a good position in the back, nicely spread it, as he's able to once again snipe this hatchery right here. So quite a great move by BYUN. Slowly but steadily he's pushing forward. He has his ghost, he's going to snipe perhaps some lurkers, some infestors. So the lurkers into the late game, a very strong unit to have indeed. And we might even see some nukes. It would be very interesting to see some nukes indeed here by the Terran player. Let's see what's going to happen here. Lots and lots of ghosts. BYUN needs to be careful not to lose them. Scanning here the area now, slowly but steadily pushing forward. At the same time he's attacking here with a small infantry group, doing some damage, but the tanks in a very great position here onto this map on the high ground. Very soon they might be in range for all of those drones on the ground. And yeah, let's see, lurker after lurker is getting sniped. Some units, once again a small group of infantry is moving here forward, just lurkers here on the defense, as we see SERRAL transitioning his units perhaps into the Night Swarm, into a new location. At the same time he tried of course to inflict some damage here, but it was just Zerglings with a couple of roaches. And now the siege continues here by BYUN, as slowly but steadily we're closing towards the 20-minute mark. But we actually see SERRAL reacting here. A scan goes out, lurkers are dealing splash damage, lots and lots of blinding clouds as he's moving forward, but BYUN holds his ground. He's not going to allow SERRAL to move forward. However, SERRAL slowing everything he has against his opponents. Still the lurkers are in the front, the roaches as well with the hydras. Great stuff here by both players, as SERRAL somehow seems to be able to push BYUN back, and BYUN taking quite some damage here from his opponent. And yes, sadly here for BYUN, he really took some great splash damage out of those lurkers, as he just hold his ground, and of course the splash damage was real. However, I still believe that BYUN has a good economy here. However, SERRAL all of a sudden having more workers, so he should be able to replace his units much faster than his opponent. And now in comes BYUN to attack into this newly established base right here, but at the same time we do see a Night Swarm, and it's just 2 Marines with 1 SCV. Is it going to be enough against this Night Swarm? Damage is being taken. BYUN might try to retreat as he's moving forward now with his ghosts in the front, and lots of splash damage against some banelings. So we have a transition into some banelings against the ground units here from BYUN. However, BYUN quickly uplifting those units into the medevacs, so very smart move by him. So let's see if the banelings with Zerglings will work out against those tanks on the high ground, as very soon we will pass indeed the 20-minute mark. We see now the ghosts trying to react against the banelings, and lurkers now on the low. So let's see, SERRAL is going to try very likely to surround the units here from BYUN, but those ghosts taking quite some damage, and even a Viper has been sniped. He's sniping a ghost, so very nice move by SERRAL here with those Vipers. Very good against the tanks and even against the ghosts, as now SERRAL tries of course to move forward to snap the units, but he needs to be careful. So also so many units are pretty much exposed. Zerglings are being sent in the front to soak up the first damage, but it looks like SERRAL pretty much abandoning this expansion right here, as he's going to go for the other expansion into the lower case. So yeah, very interesting back and forward game here by both players. Still anyone's game, of course, as we see some Zerglings now attacking here forward. So this will of course force BYUN to come back with some units. The Zerglings will take damage, but in the end economic damage has been done, however very low. Only 2 SCVs have been sniped here as the game continues, and we see once again lurkers with Zerglings and Banings this time here for SERRAL, as we see a Nidoswarm, and this one might get unnoticed here by BYUN. So BYUN pretty much with all of his forces, he really wants to finish the game. However, this Nidoswarm could deal of course massive amounts of damage towards the economy. Indeed, it's going to be a lurker. Some marines are here, a scan goes out. Only 1 lurker sadly here for SERRAL, as 3 SCVs have been snapped. So if it would have been of course many more units, more damage could have been taken here by the economy from BYUN. At the same time, we see a Nidoswarm here, a transition towards the expansion as the siege continues here for BYUN. Yes, so many units is moving forward. SERRAL has of course to abandon perhaps this location, however he's trying to come in from the back. Actually has been snapped. SERRAL really wants to have a good position here. He wants to try to surround somehow the units here from BYUN as he's moving forward with his Zerglings. But yeah, BYUN always staying on the high ground, always microing his units nicely back and forward, trying to spread them of course as much as he can. So quite still interesting move as the hatchery here has been taken. So of course SERRAL building as far as he can versus his opponent, still tries to counter the expansion here from BYUN. And yeah, still a very close game, still anyone's game. Let's see how this game is going to continue indeed, as BYUN still holds those units there, and SERRAL looking like he's going to be much more mobile. He might try to counter attack the expansion right here. Again, not that well defended here for BYUN, so this might be a costly move here by him, a costly mistake, in case even a couple of Zerglings could just roll here forward and deal damage towards the economy from BYUN. So let's see if SERRAL is indeed going to react. No, he's just sending a couple of drones. And we might see an engagement here in the middle, but great EMPs once again taking out those Vipers. However, the Fungals are extraordinary here by SERRAL. So many Fungals, so much splash damage out of him. In come the Banings with the Zerglings pretty much surrounding those tanks, as SERRAL looks like he's going to launch here forward, taking the ramp with the lurkers, dealing splash damage. The Zerglings are also moving here forward, so what a great move there was with the Fungal. Very nice stuff here by SERRAL. Those Fungals were greatly executed, and now he's just pretty much pulling here forward into the production buildings from BYUN, as BYUN is taking more and more damage. So could this have really did the winning move with those Fungals, even though EMP have been casted by BYUN? SERRAL taking out so many units with the Fungal, with the lurkers, of course the slowly moving units out of the Fungals, pretty much messing the units up. So yeah, 32 workers have been killed. Now BYUN tries to counter. His economy has suffered this expansion, still mining here. BYUN tries to counter-attack the newly established base here from SERRAL, but SERRAL still has some units, he's still sniping some buildings. And yeah, BYUN tries of course to counter. His army is still strong, 82 of a supply of a army here for BYUN, but he's pretty much abandoning here the main expansion here from him, as SERRAL still tries to find a good position to surround those units. He might take out the ghosts here. EMP goes out immediately, and yeah, let's see if BYUN somehow can come back here after he has lost so many units. But still, look at the army amount, he's still very strong into an army size, only 16 workers, so he could be still winning this game. SERRAL just snapping more SCVs, and yes, SERRAL is very likely going to have to transition into more Banings. Banings would be the answer against so much bio with lurkers, and a great infestor Fungal once again can be very deadly. We saw how deadly that can be as more and more SCVs are getting snapped. So SERRAL might even try to come back with his Zerglings from the back to get a good position here to surround all of the units. So he's waiting here in the back with just a couple of Zerglings. However, reinforcements are pouring forward, so a very smart move. So in comes the surround move as he's moving forward with those Zerglings, blinding clouds onto all of those tanks. Zerglings are coming in from the back, great surrounds. BYUN is taking more and more damage. Some sniping ghosts are going off, And yeah, more and more damage is being taken. BYUN still into the game. He's nicely trying to kite back and forward. He's at only 2 workers now, still taking damage, and in the end he has to of course give up. So what a great move there was here by the SERRAL, BYUN into this location right here. The winning move by him, even though EMP has been casted by the Ghost against the Infestors, double fungals have been taken out here for him, and the Lurkers quickly moving forward for SERRAL, and the splash damage was just way too much. And let's not forget that even some Banelings got some great connections, and some Zerglings with us around, so that was pretty much the winning move. Still, BYUN had a great army amount, but the counter was just a little bit too slow, and still the economy from SERRAL way too strong. You can see only 2 workers remaining, so BYUN pretty much abandoning his main. He went straight for a base trade scenario. He knew that he had to attack in order to come back into the game, at least to finish the economy from his opponent somehow. But yeah, SERRAL nicely waiting and even producing some units from the back just to get a surround maneuver. It's very important as a Zerg to surround the Terran army and to get yourself into a better position. Yeah, so in the end, nice game here by both players. A quite exciting game, still a nice back and forward for both players. A very exciting. I never knew who would win the game in the end. You can see 18 Zerglings killed in the end. But yeah, nice back and forward. However, in the end, SERRAL proving to be a little bit too strong for BYUN this time. So thank you guys so much for watching. This is Tommy signing out.